Oh my god.
Oh, dude, you're like a real superhero, man!
Oh my god.
Hey, tropical fish keepers, Aqua Alex Cardinelli here, welcoming you to my flagship aquarium keeping show. Welcome to Aquatic Wetline, where I, Aqua Alex, will discuss everything and anything aquarium hobby related, whether it's freshwater or saltwater. I will discuss my top 10 favorite fish and more and give you information on the aquarium hobby. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it on social media and remember, hit the like button. If you have any questions on tropical fish, post them in the comments. Now, let's get this episode of Aquatic Wetline started in Hello, tropical fish keepers. Welcome to Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinelli. How are you guys and gals doing tonight? Tonight, it's episode 3 of my top 10 favorite saltwater fish. Yes, that's right. I love saltwater fish. Now, if you're keeping count, that means after our first 2 episodes, after tonight as well, I will have already done 30 favorite saltwater fish. But that's how much I really admire and enjoy the saltwater hobby as well. Now, I have kept both freshwater and saltwater, and I have a lot of favorite fish in both aspects of the aquarium hobby. So I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoy this episode. Please hit the like button. The more likes that we get could equal the more potential views that I get on this episode. So today I'm going to count down 10 more of my favorite saltwater fish. A majority of the species that I'm going to talk about tonight are species that I have yet to keep, but I really like. A few species that I'm going to talk about tonight I have kept before, and I have photos and videos of them later on in the show. So as always, I encourage you to be part of the show. Post your favorite saltwater fish in the comments because I want to know what your favorite saltwater fish are. I'm going to discuss tangs, angelfish, moray eels, and more. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get this show started. And this is in no particular order. I love all these fish equally. So we're going to start with a species of tang. And what a coincidence, because if you look on my banner, that is the tang we're going to talk about right now. And that tang is known as the orange shoulder tang, a very colorful and very beautiful tang. So let's learn about the orange shoulder tang, shall we? This is a very beautiful fish. Now, the orange shoulder tang lives in the tropical waters of the Indo-West Pacific. They are found in the tropical eastern Indian Ocean and the western Pacific Ocean. The orange-shouldered tang's range extends from Christmas Island and the Cocos Keeling Islands to southern Japan, western, northern, and eastern Australia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Hawaii. It is associated with reefs, often on outer slopes and in more exposed locations. As an adult, it is a solitary fish or sometimes joins schools with a deep range of between about 9 and 46 meters, which is 30 and 150 feet. But juveniles are found in shallower water in sheltered locations in small groups. Now, the orange shoulder tang is a deep body, laterally compressed oval fish, rather over twice as long as it is deep, with a maximum length of 14 inches, although a more typical length is 10 inches. So it is safe to say that the orange shoulder tang can grow anywhere between 10 to 14 inches, making it a moderate-sized tang. The adult fish is grayish brown. It has a sharp vertical line separating the paler front half of the fish from the darker hind portion. There is a distinctive orange bar, aka orange shoulder, surrounded by a purplish black margin immediately behind the top of the gill cover, and blue and orange lines at the bases of the fins. Like all surgeonfish and tangs, this species has a pair of scalpel-like scales that project upward from the caudal peduncle, and they use these in defense against predators. Larger males develop a convex snout, which clearly differentiates them from females. Juvenile fish are yellow. Now, orange shoulder tangs feed on detritus and on algae growing on the seabed, as well as the film of diatoms and phyllogenous algae that grows on sand and other substrates. It often forms schools with parrotfish, tangs, and other species of surgeonfish, which all have similar diets. Their grazing is important in maintaining biodiversity by keeping rocks free from excessive growth of algae so that coral larvae can find suitable habitat to settle. Now, if you want to keep the orange shoulder tang in a home aquarium, you're going to need a 6-foot aquarium, like a 125, 150, 180, due to their very active nature. To provide swimming space, be sure to arrange live rock to allow an open swimming area at the top of the tank with nooks and crannies in which to hide when frightened. Like all tangs, they need clean, stable water to stay healthy and lots of oxygen, which can be accomplished by good surface agitation, lower temperatures, and a good quality skimmer. And that is our first saltwater fish that I'm going to talk about tonight. It is a beauty of a fish. When I get another saltwater tank, I'm definitely getting a orange shoulder tang, because it's awesome to watch them grow from a juvenile that's yellow with orange into a adult which is gray with orange, which is beautiful. Such a beautiful fish. All right, moving along. Now we're going to talk about our next species of saltwater fish. And this next species of saltwater fish is a dwarf angel. Now, they say that this dwarf angel can be difficult to keep in a home aquarium, but in my opinion, it is a very colorful angel. It actually has color in the name. And we are talking about the bicolor angelfish. A beautiful angelfish, if you ask me. So let's learn about the bicolor angelfish. Now, the bicolor angelfish is a marine species of fish, easily recognizable by its yellow tail, yellow front half of their body, and blue rare with blue patterns above and around the eye. Other names of this angelfish include Pacific rock beauty, Oriole angelfish, Oriole dwarf angel, blue and gold angel, and two-colored angel. The bicolor angelfish species is most commonly found in the Indo-Pacific region, including East Africa, southern Japan, Australia, and Fiji. They live at a depth range from 1 to 25 meters, most commonly on reef slopes, coral areas, lagoons, and near drop-off areas. A typical bicolor angelfish diet consists of small crustaceans such as brine and mysis shrimp, as well as tunicates, corals, sponges, worms, algae, and sometimes clams. The bicolor angel is known to grow up to 6 inches and requires a 55 to 75 gallon aquarium. It is recommended that bicolor angelfish in captivity be fed algae, shrimps, worms, and spirulina flakes. The bicolor angelfish, definitely a very pretty fish. All right, now we are going to talk about a certified monster. That's right, we are talking about a certified monster fish that comes from saltwater and that lives in saltwater. It is one of my favorite moray eels. This moray eel has a heck of a lot of common names, but it's a beautiful moray eel. It is known as the tessellata moray eel. And let's see how beautiful the tessellata moray eel is. Very, very gorgeous eel. It looks almost like a zebra a little bit. Now, the tessellata moray eel is a large moray which can reach a maximum length of 300 centimeters. That is 9 feet. But specimens usually encountered are much smaller. Its serpentine in-shaped body has a white to yellowish background color dotted with numerous black spots, which latter vary in size and shape, depending on the individual and on the environment in which the animals live. Therefore, morays living on a reef with clear water will have less black spots than those of a turbid environment. Now, the tessellata moray eel is widespread throughout the Indo-West Pacific area, from eastern coast of Africa, Red Sea included, until Papua New Guinea, and from South Japan to the Great Barrier Reef. It lives on the outer slopes of coral reefs. During the day, it sits sheltered in crevices between 3.3 and 148.5 feet, which is 1 and 45 meters deep. Now, the tessellata moray eel is carnivorous. This is one of those fishivorous moray eels. It leaves its lair at night to actively hunt its prey along the reef. It feeds mainly on small fish and cephalopods. So like me, it likes calamari and octopus and squid. Large tessellata moray adults are prone to be very aggressive in the wild, and they can bite off a finger like that. So be sure to keep a tight-fitting lid on your aquarium if you're going to keep a tessellata moray eel. And if you're going to keep a tessellata moray eel, make sure your tank is really, really large and monstrous, because remember, the tessellata moray eel has the capability of reaching over 6 feet. Now, most moray eels are notorious for their ability to escape. So the tessellata moray eel can easily escape as well. Provide the tessellata moray eel with large anchored live rock with crevices and passages for shelter. This eel is a nocturnal predator that may remain dormant during the day within the live rock, but will consume small fish and invertebrates at night. It is one of the most aggressive eels available in the industry. Caution should be taken when keeping this fish with other tank mates, including other eels. Anything small enough to be eaten will be destroyed, killed, and eaten by the Thalassa moray eel. Additionally, take caution when working in the aquarium, as they are aggressive and will not hesitate to bite their owner. And that is the tessellata moray eel, a very, very gorgeous eel. All right, so let's move away from monsters for a minute. And now we're going to get back to another gorgeous saltwater fish that I have yet to keep. And by the way, for the record, I have yet to keep an orange shoulder tang, a bicolor angel, or a tessellata moray eel yet. But I will in the future. The next two fish that I'm going to talk about, I have yet to keep also. Right now, we're going to talk about a fish that resembles a raccoon. And as a matter of fact, it has a raccoon in its common name. It is the raccoon butterfly fish, a very gorgeous saltwater fish, if you ask me. So let's learn about the raccoon butterfly fish. Now, the raccoon butterfly fish lives in the Indo-Pacific and Southeast Atlantic. Its geographical range stretches from East Africa to Hawaii and the Marquesan and Ducie Islands. The northern limit is found south of Japan, while the southern limit is located in the waters of Lord Howe and Rapa Island. In the southeast Atlantic, the species has been found off East London in South Africa. The raccoon butterfly fish is not present in the Red Sea. The adult raccoon butterfly fish inhabits shallow reef flats of lagoons and seaward reefs, while the juveniles tend to prefer staying among rocks on inner reef flats and in tide pools. The depth range for this species is 0 to 30 meters, which equates to 0 to 100 feet. The raccoon butterfly fish is chiefly a nocturnal species and is usually found in pairs or small groups. The largest scientifically measured raccoon butterfly fish was 7.9 inches. So it is safe to assume that the raccoon butterfly fish can grow up to 7 inches in the home aquarium. The fish is called raccoon butterfly fish since it has black markings around its eyes. Black markings can also be found on various other parts of the body over a yellow base coloration. The raccoon butterfly fish is generally peaceful and can be kept in a friendly community aquarium. It will, however, be territorial against other butterfly fish, and you will need a very large and cleverly decorated aquarium if you wish to keep them together. You can also reduce the risk of aggressive behavior by only keeping butterflies of dissimilar size and introduce the smallest first, and wait a few weeks between each introduction. In the wild, this fish can be seen in groups, but it can be hard to get a group to coexist in the aquarium unless they have been captured together. The raccoon butterfly fish is generally not considered reef safe because it likes to pick at corals and eat certain inverts. Now, if you want to keep the raccoon butterfly fish, you're going to need a 55-gallon aquarium and larger. And in the wild, adult specimens feed primarily on tube worm tentacles, nada branches, and other benthic invertebrates, but they will also eat algae and coral polyps. The raccoon butterfly fish is not a very fussy eater. So in the home aquarium, you can feed them brine shrimp, copepods, even flakes and pellets, etc. I definitely will get a raccoon butterfly fish when I get a saltwater aquarium, again, because they're definitely beautiful. And I'm definitely going to get the next fish that I'm going to talk about. The next fish that I'm going to talk about is also a butterfly fish. It is known as the long-nosed butterfly fish. Now, the long-nosed butterfly fish should also be known as I forgot the name of the word I was looking for. Pinocchio. The long-nosed butterfly fish should also be known as the Pinocchio fish because its nose constantly grows, kind of. So let's learn about the long-nosed butterfly fish right now, shall we? Another beautiful butterfly fish, and one that I definitely want to get. Now, the yellow long-nosed butterfly fish inhabits the Indo-Pacific and Eastern Pacific. In the Indo-Pacific, the species is found from East Africa and the Red Sea to Hawaii and the Eastern Islands. Northwards, their range proceeds up to southern Japan. Southwards, they can be encountered down to Lord Howe Island of Australia and throughout Micronesia. In the Eastern Pacific, the fish can be encountered in the waters of southern Baja, California, Mexico, and around the islands of Revillagigedo and Galapagos. The yellow long-nosed butterfly fish is commonly found on exposed seaward reefs, but you can also encounter it on lagoon reefs. It has been reported from fairly great depths. Its depth range is 1 to 114 meters, which equates to 3 to 374 feet. The long-nosed butterfly fish can grow up to 8 inches in the home aquarium. It is also important to include a lot of suitable hiding spots in the aquarium for this fish, as well as open areas for swimming. Housing yellow long-nosed butterfly fish in an aquarium smaller than 40 gallons is not recommended. Keep them in a 75-gallon and larger. You can keep several of these species together if you give them at least 20 gallons each and decorate the aquarium well. Keeping just one butterfly fish per aquarium is much safer. They are generally peaceful and can be combined with other peaceful species that won't eat them in a community aquarium. This fish will rarely eat corals. In the wild, the yellow long-nosed butterfly fish feeds on a variety of animals. It is especially fond of polychaetae tentacles, the 2 feet of echinoderms, and the pedicelaria, the jaw-like structure of sea urchins. It'll also eat small crustaceans, hydroids, and fish eggs. In the aquarium, the yellow long-nosed butterfly fish is not a fussy eater, especially not compared to many other butterfly fish. Keep it on a varied meaty diet, for example, worms, shrimps, clams, and similar. It will normally accept not only live food, but fresh, frozen, and dry food as well. That's great to hear because that means I'll be able to get a long-nosed butterfly fish when I return to the saltwater hobby. All right, so we're halfway through the show already. I've talked about 5 of my 10 saltwater fish this evening. And the first 5 fish that I discussed were fish that I have yet to keep. But the final 5 fish of today's show I have kept before. And we're going to talk about those 5 final fish a little bit in a few minutes. But right now, we're getting ready to take our intermission. Before I go on intermission, I have a very special announcement to make, a very fun announcement to make. Guys and gals, tropical fish keepers, today's episode of Aquatic Wetline is number 176. That means we are just 24 episodes away from our 200th episode of Aquatic Wetline. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aquatic Wetline's been around for a while. It's probably like the 2000th. Well, I'm only counting the YouTube videos. So we are drawing near our 200th episode. The 200th episode of Aquatic Wetline on my YouTube channel is going to be big. I want to do something big on it. So maybe like a fish store tour or something. But this 200th episode of Aquatic Wetline is dedicated to you, the tropical fish keepers. And I want you to have input on it. So, what should I do for my 200th episode of Aquatic Wetline here on YouTube? In the comments of today and every other Aquatic Wetline video, let me know what I should do for my 200th episode of Aquatic Wetline. And I'll talk more about this towards the end of the show as well. All right, right now we're going to go ahead and take our quick intermission, which is brought to us by Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Remember, you can save 10% by using discount code ALEX, fish keeping for kids, and more. When I come back, I'm going to talk about my final 5 favorite saltwater fish for this episode. And then I'm going to share photos and videos of some of my amazing saltwater fish that I had in the past. Aquatic Wetline with Aqua Alex continues right after this. Don't you dare go anywhere, fish keepers. Aquatic Wetline is on a quick break. We'll be right back after a word from our supporters.
Are you a tropical fish keeper living in South Florida? You need to check out Aquatic and Exotic in Stuart, Florida. Aquatic and Exotic is home to quality freshwater and saltwater tropical fish. You will find African cichlids, South and Central American cichlids, goldfish and koi, and exotic fish. We also supply aquarium supplies like filters and heaters, aquariums, and lights. We also have quality fish food brands. Aquatic and Exotic is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Questions? Give us a call at 772-781-4046. Stop on by and check us out. 1525 A.C. Lockhart Street, Stuart, Florida 34994.
I, Aqua Alex, am proud to announce that I'm teaming with Little Egypt Aquarium Club to offer aquarium hobbyists excellent aquarium supplies and fish food. Little Egypt Aquarium Club is owned and operated and founded by Jeremy Stellhorn, a tropical fish keeper who met me almost 10 years ago because of my show, Aquatic Wetline. And he got serious interest in the aquarium hobby, and he created Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Little Egypt Aquarium Club's goal is to support the aquarium hobby and promote the aquarium hobby by selling quality aquarium supplies and fish food. Little Egypt Aquarium Club has partnered with Everything Aquatic And you'll find products from Everything Aquatic on the website. Products on the website include breeding supplies, freeze-dried foods, pellets, wafers, sticks and granules, Rapashi aquatic foods, fish medications, driftwood, sponge filters, and more. Oh, did I mention you can purchase live freshwater angelfish from Everything Aquatic on Little Egypt Aquarium Club. That's right, you can get live freshwater angelfish. Free shipping for orders over $200 anywhere in the United States of America. Just for watching this fish keeping video here on the American Alex Cardinale YouTube channel, Aqua Alex and Jeremy Stellhorn would like to offer a special discount for you to use during your purchase. At checkout, use coupon code ALEX to save 10% on your order. Remember, at checkout, use coupon code ALEX to save 10%. Every little bit off helps, and trust me, I love saving money. So why not go check out Little Egypt Aquarium Club with great quality products like Rapashi and Everything Aquatics and even live angelfish. What can go wrong? www.littleegyptaquariumclub.myshopify.com. The link is in the description of today's video. Remember, discount code ALEX to save 10%. littleegyptaquariumclub.myshopify.com. Link in description of today's video. Hey everyone, Aqua Alex Cardinale here. As you guys know, I entered the aquarium hobby at a young age. I was born into the aquarium hobby as my dad had been keeping aquariums before me. And at the age of 12, I got my very first aquarium. I am a firm believer that kids and today's youth should be in the aquarium hobby. That is why when I found out about this book, Fish Keeping for Kids, I knew I had to promote it here on my channel because I'm all about the youth in the aquarium hobby. This book here was written by a 14-year-old boy who entered the aquarium hobby. And this book is filled with some great information. It's got information on all different types of fish, freshwater and saltwater. It's got information on aquarium equipment. It's got information on cycling and setting up an aquarium. All information that will be beneficial and great for kids entering the aquarium hobby. I wish I had this book when I was younger and growing up in the aquarium hobby. So, this book is great for anyone that is going to be entering the aquarium hobby that is younger. It was written by 14-year-old Brian Conway, who enjoys fish keeping, soccer, homeschooling, and fishing. And one of his favorite places to be is the local aquarium store and Oklahoma Aquarium. Fish Keeping for Kids started as a homeschool assignment, and Brian decided he would publish it to help solve this problem for others. Fish Keeping for Kids is Brian's first book, but he enjoyed writing the first so much he is already working on his next. You can find out more information and follow Brian at fishkeepingforkids.com. Take a look at this wonderful book with all the different fish species and information in there. It's a great, great book. I'm happy to have a copy, and I'm happy to support this cause as well. Fishkeepingforkids.com. Learn all about it on his website, and get yourself a copy. I love seeing the youth in the aquarium hobby, and I, Aqua Alex, am glad to partner with Brian. Now back to the fish chat. Do you like the game Jeopardy? Have you ever thought there would be an aquarium-related Jeopardy game? Well, there is now. I, Aqua Alex, am proud to announce that my hit fish-keeping shows, Aquatic Wetline and Life in the Amazon, will be hosting Jeopardy once a month. Aquatic Wetline will be based on the aquarium hobby as a whole, and Life in the Amazon will be based off of South American fish and aquatic animals. Would you like to be among the first to compete on a fish-keeping Jeopardy game? All you have to do is contact Aqua Alex at AlexGoYankees19@gmail.com. That's AlexGoYankees, CARDINALE19@gmail.com, or text me at 413-285-2112. We will get you booked for the recordings. The winners of each game will win a special prize sponsored by a company to be announced on the show. There will be 3 daily doubles per game. Get the daily double correct, you get double points. Get it wrong and you'll lose half your points. There will also be a main event where the 2 contestants with the highest points compete head-to-head to determine the winner. The main event round consists of a single question, with each contestant wavering some points. Whoever gets the question right wins. Aqua Alex, Aquatic Wetline, and Life in the Amazon present Fish Keeping Jeopardy, coming late August 2023. So we are looking for contestants. Make sure to contact Aqua Alex.
Hey fish keepers. Aqua Alex here. Well, I'm not physically Aqua Alex, but this commercial was created by Aqua Alex CARDINALE. I just created a new Facebook fish keeping group, and I'm encouraging you watching this fish keeping video to check it out and consider joining. The name of the group is Yep We Like Fish Keeping. My group is laid back, drama free, and the focus is 1000% on aquariums and tropical fish. No bullying, no name calling, no fish police. No negativity will be allowed in this group. Come post pictures and videos of your fish, talk fish, promote your fish keeping YouTube channels and more. So come check it out and join today. Go to facebook.com and in the search bar type Yep We Like Fish Keeping. Then hit join. See you there.
Welcome back to Aquatic Wetline with Aqua Alex, and this is part 3 of my favorite saltwater fish. We've already talked about my first 5 favorite saltwater fish, which are species that I haven't kept before. But now my final 5 species of my favorite saltwater fish are species that I have kept before in the past. So coming in at number 5 is another saltwater monster fish that I really enjoy. It's a species of grouper, and it is known as the panther grouper, and it is a very beautiful fish. So let's learn a little bit about the panther grouper, shall we? So the panther grouper is widely distributed throughout the tropical waters of the central Indo-West Pacific region. Now, the panther grouper is also known as the humpback grouper, and it lives in clear waters from lagoons and seaward reefs with a preference for dead or silty areas. They are found in a range of depth from 2 to 40 meters, which is 6.6 to 131.2 feet. Now, panther groupers are a pretty large growing fish, But in terms of groupers, they're on the smaller side because, as we know, most groupers get huge, like the gigantic grouper or the bumblebee grouper. But the panther grouper only gets to 28 inches. So it's a little bit on the smaller side in terms of groupers. But even in the aquarium hobby, 28 inches is still a pretty large fish. Now, juvenile panther groupers are a lot different than males. The young panther grouper have a white background with round black spots and are continuously swimming head down, much like a clownfish. The adults have a body coloration with variants of gray and beige with darker blotches variable in size on the body. Small black spots cover the whole body. The diet of panther groupers is based primarily on small fish and crustaceans. So in the aquarium hobby, you can feed them smelt, chopped up pieces of tilapia, raw market shrimp, clams, etc. They are really easy to keep in the aquarium hobby, but do remember they can get up to 28 inches. So you're going to want a massive aquarium, like 220 gallons and larger. So that is the very beautiful panther grouper, a cool saltwater predatory fish. It has characteristics similar of a clownfish. It just gets the size of 5,000 clownfish. It just gets massive, let's just say. All right, so the next species of fish that I'm going to talk about, I've had in each and every one of my saltwater aquarium to take care of the algae in there. It's like a goby, but it's called a blenny, and it is a lawnmower blenny. Every tropical fish store and every pet store that sells saltwater most likely has these in stock because they're extremely popular on the saltwater side of the hobby, and they're one of the more affordable saltwater fish. Lawnmower blennies can range in price from anywhere between $15 to $40, with $40 being an expensive lawnmower blenny in my personal experience. Now, the lawnmower blenny lives in reefs at depths of 0 to 8 meters, which is 0 to 26 feet, from East Africa and the Red Sea to Samoa and the islands of Micronesia. It is most often found on shallow reef flats that have heavy algae cover. The lawnmower blenny is also known as the jewel blenny or rock skipper. It's a saltwater utility fish that is used as part of a cleanup crew to keep hair algae at a bare minimum. They will hop from rock to rock, rasping at the algae growth, and they do a great job on hair algae. However, much like plecos in freshwater, once the algae is gone, they are going to need a supplemental feeding. So you need to provide them food once the algae is all gone so that they don't have starvation. So you can feed them dried marine algae, which is called nori. You can also feed them algae wafers. And I even had some lawnmower blennies that took pellet foods and flake food. So they're not picky eaters by any means of the imagination. And they're extremely hardy and easy to keep. And like I said, they are very affordable. Now, the only drawback to the lawnmower blenny is it's not going to be a most attractive fish. It's not going to be a fish that is very colorful in your saltwater aquarium. But hey, they all can't be beautiful, right? That's what my parents said when they gave me dating advice. They all can't be beautiful. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But anyway, that is information on the lawnmower blenny, a very popular saltwater fish. All right, moving along. Now we're going to talk about another popular saltwater fish. And this saltwater fish, the price has increased drastically over the last couple of years to the point where I'm like, why is it so expensive? And this fish is a staple in the saltwater hobby. And the fish we're talking about is the yellow tang. This is one of those fish that I took a liking to instantly when I joined the aquarium hobby, and I didn't even have a saltwater tank, and that is the yellow tang. It is such a beautiful yellow fish, but it can be really aggressive too. Now, it is one of my favorite yellow fish, but my all-time favorite is the foxface, because the foxface is not as aggressive as the yellow tang. Now, the yellow tang is one of the most popular marine fish. It is bright yellow in color, and it lives in reefs. It is commonly found in shallow reefs from 2 to 46 meters, which is 6.6 to 159 feet deep. In the Pacific Ocean, you'll find them in Ryukyu, Marana, Marshall, Marcus, Wake, and Hawaiian Islands, west of Hawaii and east of Japan. There have also been reports that they have been found on the coast of Florida in the western central Atlantic. In the wild, yellow tangs feed on benthic turf algae and other marine plant material. In the wild, yellow tangs provide cleaner services to marine turtles by removing algae growth from their shells, which is really cool. The yellow tang grows to 8 inches, and the yellow tang is very common in the saltwater hobby. It's very commonly kept as a saltwater aquarium fish. Now, in 2015, researchers successfully bred them in captivity. Captive bred yellow tangs are now routinely available for purchase at fish stores and online vendors. Like I said earlier, they can grow up to 8 inches in the wild, but are introduced to aquariums in the 2 to 4 inch range. Some specimens as large as 6 inches are occasionally available. Life expectancy in the wild can exceed 30 years. Prior to January 2021, the yellow tangs were commonly selling for around $65 to $70 in the United States of America. However, after a collection ban in Hawaii, the prices have more than quadrupled to over $400. My God, you're paying purple tang price for a yellow tang. Can you imagine spending 400 buckaroos on a yellow tang? That is a lot of money, considering when I was in the saltwater hobby, I paid at most $90 for a yellow tang. And keep in mind, if you're going to have a yellow tang in your aquarium, it is the only Serrasalmidae tang you can have. So if you're going to pay $400 for a yellow tang, say goodbye to the purple tang or any other tang that you might like from the Serrasalmidae family. All right, so let's get to our next fish, which is our number 2 fish, and that is the puffer. We've already talked about dogface puffer on my first 2 episodes of my top 10 saltwater fish. This one is known as the narrow line puffer or the Manila puffer fish. A very beautiful saltwater puffer. I mean, you cannot go wrong with a Manila puffer. Look how beautiful that is. The Manila puffer grows up to 1 foot in length, and this species is found in tropical waters of the central Indo-Pacific. It lives in estuaries on the sheltered top reef or lagoons from the surface to 20 meters deep. It is common in seagrass beds and sandy areas, and juveniles grow among mangroves where they eat crustaceans. Very, very cool and easy puffer to keep in the saltwater aquarium hobby. Very, very pretty puffer. One of my all-time favorite saltwater puffers, and I'll definitely look forward to keeping them again. And it's time for our final fish for the evening. And of course, it is a species of clownfish. It is the tomato clownfish. Tomato clownfish. Very cool little species of clownfish. Now, the tomato clownfish is native to the waters of the Western Pacific, from Japan to Indonesia. Other common names include blackback anemone fish, brittled anemone fish, fire clown, and red tomato clown. Yes, I finally said anemone right. This adult fish is bright orange red with a white head bar or vertical stripe just behind the eyes, joined over the head and with a distinct black outline. Females are mainly blackish on the sides. Males are considerably smaller and are red overall. Juveniles are a darker red with 2 or 3 white bars. They have 9 to 10 dorsal spines, 2 anal spines, 16 to 18 dorsal soft rays, and 13 to 15 anal soft rays. They reach a maximum length of 5.5 inches. They are found as far north as Ryukyu Islands, Japan to the South China Sea, and surrounding areas including Malaysia and Indonesia. Some authors report that this species is associated with a single species of anemone, the bubble tip anemone. Other authorities report that it may be associated with the CB anemone as well. And that is the tomato clownfish. And those are the 10 fish for this week's episode of Aquatic Wetline Top 10 My Favorite Saltwater Fish. And now it is time for our main event, the best part of the show. It's time for photos and videos of the aforementioned species from today's episode. The final 5 species that I talked about tonight were species that I have kept before. So here are some photos of my past Manila puffer and my panther grouper. Here is a Manila puffer that I had. I had this Manila puffer from 2016 to about 2017, 2018. Very cool fish. And here is a panther grouper that I grew out. And you'll also see my Manila puffer at the top of the picture and my juvenile emperor angel next to the panther grouper. Very, very cool. And then here we've got my panther grouper one more time. Beautiful fish. And then finally, my final image of my Manila puffer. Such a pretty cool puffer, if you ask me. But now it's time for the best part of the show. Time for me to shut up and show off my saltwater fish that I had. So here is a video of my Manila puffer that I had for over a year. I love my Manila puffer. Look at this guy. He's grown a lot since I got him. He was about 1.5 inches, 2 inches when I got him, and now he's about 3 inches now. So he's grown about 1 inch, and he's a very, very cool puffer. He's actually my first puffer that I've ever owned that has been succeeding for me. Sorry about the glare. I don't know where that's coming from, but yeah, I love my Manila puffer. You can see he's nice and fat. I just fed him some market shrimp as soon as I got home. And I really, really love this fish. He's growing on me. He's got a wonderful personality. He'll even come up to me and take food out of my hand. As you can see, the grouper just ate too, so he's got a big belly. But I think this puffer is one of my favorite fish that I've had the opportunity to own. Very, very personable. He'll even let me pet him, but I don't pet him too often because I don't want to ruin his flying coat. Again, the Emperor is another favorite of mine, and this grouper looks amazing. Now, an update on the 29, I had to move some of the rocks for the yellow belly puffer to have some swimming room, but he just lays like that most of the time. He hasn't eaten yet, but I think he's still settling in. Blonde Naso doing well. The Picasso is doing good too. I'm about to feed them some mussels. I know they're hungry, so hopefully they'll eat. But thank you for watching. So here's the Manila Puffer. Here he is in March of 2017. He is exactly 1 year old, and I've had him for 1 full year. He is one of my favorite fish. Look how fat he is. He just had dinner. Very, very gorgeous puffer. And he's also known as a narrow line puffer or a striped puffer. He's an Erythron manilis, and he'll get about 1 foot long. He's grown maybe about 2 inches since I've had him. That's a nitro trigger with him. And I hope you enjoyed the slideshow. He's a year old. This fox ace over here is about to be a year old soon, and we'll do a slideshow on him. And my brother's trigger is almost a year old as well. Thank you guys for watching. I definitely recommend an Erythron manilis puffer for somebody looking for a fish with personality. So that was my gorgeous Manila puffer. Now let's see my panther grouper in a quick video. Alright, so the final 3 videos for today's episode are going to be videos of fish that I haven't kept before. So let's start with a video of raccoon butterfly fish. Alright, so the next video kills two birds with one stone. It shows off the two tang species that we discussed tonight, the yellow tang and the orange shoulder tang. Alright, and our final video is of my favorite fishivorous aggressive moray eel, the tessellata moray eel. I love the look that moray eels give like that. They may look aggressive, but that is just how they breathe. Very cool fish. Very cool predatory looking monster moray eel. All right, well, that concludes tonight's episode of Aquatic Wetline. I certainly hope you enjoyed learning about the 10 species of saltwater fish that I discussed tonight. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button and share this episode with your friends. Now, as I stated earlier, we're getting close to our 200th episode of Aquatic Wetline. So in the comments, post what you think I should do for my 200th episode. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching this episode of Aquatic Wetline Top 10 Saltwater Fish. I'm going to take a break from talking about saltwater fish for a few weeks. So about next month or so, you'll see episode 4 of my top 10 saltwater fish. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, American Alex Cardinale. And be sure to check out Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Save 10% by using discount code ALEX. Thank you for watching, Fish Keepers. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the next episode of Aquatic Wetline. Goodbye, everybody. Hey, everyone. It's your host, American Alex Cardinale, a.k.a. Legendary Alex Cardinale, a.k.a. Aqua Alex, a.k.a. Chef Alex, a.k.a. Alex, a.k.a. Wow, so many personas, all one person. This year, I will be turning 30 years old. I can't wait to open a whole new chapter of my life, as I will have now been alive for 3 decades. My 20s will go down in history as being the time I created my podcast and my YouTube channel. I can't wait to see how successful my YouTube channel becomes over the next 10 years. I look forward to seeing what will happen in my 30s. Maybe I'll have a great career or my own business. You never know. Anyway, I'm inviting you, yes you, to be part of my 30th birthday. Live Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. I'll be hosting my 30th birthday celebration on my YouTube channel, and I would love for you to be part of it. Live Tuesday, August 15th, 2023 at 10 p.m. I'll be hosting my birthday celebration. It's going to be a fun show. There will be appearances from Aqua Alex and Chef Alex. Aqua Alex will be getting new fish for this birthday. It's a species of fish I've never kept before, and I'm excited to unbox them and show them to you. I wonder what species Chef Alex will, for the first time ever, be doing restaurant reviews, and maybe, just maybe, he will bake his favorite cake or dessert. On top of that, I'll sing my favorite song. I'll also recap my 20s, discuss what I look forward to in my 30s, and plenty more. There will be plenty of surprises, including possibly a trip to a casino or something like that. It all goes down live on my birthday, live Tuesday, August 15th, 2023, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on my YouTube channel, American Alice Cardinale. See you then.
Now over the that's all, folks.